Okay, last but not least, we are going to have a conversation about reviews. Reviews are without a doubt probably, I would say, the most important aspect of your Google business. It's what's going to increase that relevance and that prominence. It's going to, score you off the charts. If you have 100 reviews and your closest competitor has 20, you're probably going to get more business as a result. We do the same thing when we're shopping for something. When I'm shopping for something on Amazon, and I'm looking at reviews, if I find something that maybe is slightly cheaper, but doesn't have very good reviews, I'm going to go with the more expensive product just because I trust those reviews. And by and large, consumers trust reviews almost as much as they trust a referral from a trusted friend or source. So getting reviews on your Google business, super, super important. I can't stress how important it is right there. So now using them effectively on your Google business might be a little tricky. And it all comes down to when you ask. Like when you ask for the review is usually indicative of whether you're actually going to get them to leave a review or not. Because a lot of times what you'll see is you'll ask for the review and it won't come. And then you ask again and it still doesn't come. And then you ask again. Okay. And a lot of it has to do with the timing of when you're asking and how you're asking. So let's start with the timing. So first, let's set up the review first. So before you even ask them for a review, make sure to let them know, like, hey, I really count on reviews. I'm really doing my best to earn those 5 stars, right? You can plant little seeds like that in their mind going forward. Now, when they're moving, a lot of people say like the best time to send it to them is like right after they sign the papers and they're getting ready to move. I think it's actually the worst time. Number one, they're super busy, they're super stressed. Sure, they're elated and maybe ready to go, but they're probably also packing up their entire house. They probably just, are, super, super stressed and thinking about a whole lot of things. They're working extra long hours right now, to make up for, the down payment that they just put on the house. So there's all kinds of factors that go into it. And everybody's a little different. So, but by and large, what I've found is following up with somebody like a month after they move in tends to have better luck. And it gives you, number one, an opportunity to reach out. Hey, happy 1 month anniversary. How's the new house? Are you guys unpacked? Any surprises? Anything you need help with? So it's going to, number one, it's going to give you a reason to reach out. It's going to, build that relationship that much better. And then you can ask for the review like, hey, I really need a favor. And I think that's the number one thing right there is asking people, say like, hey, you know what? I could really use a favor. Um, Reviews are super important to me in my business. If I sent you a link, would you be willing to leave me a review? Right. And if it was a positive experience for them, there how can they say no? Like I have yet to see anybody say like, no, I'm not big on reviews. Just not big on doing that. But yes, if they had a positive experience, they're more than willing to leave you a review. Another way to do this for the ask is to record a video. Now, this works really, really good if both of you are blue bubbles. And what I mean by blue bubbles is iPhone to iPhone. You can whip out your phone, take out a short video like, hey, just wanted to say happy 1 month anniversary. Hope you guys are all settled in. Hope things are going well. Hey, I need a favor from you. If I could just get you to take like 5 minutes and tell me how things went and what the transactions were. What how the transaction went and what were the key selling points and how did that make you feel? Those kinds of things. Tell them how much you really depend on this and ask them for a favor. Now, a lot of times I've seen this is where you not just get one review from two people who bought a home, but you can get two reviews, one from both sides of the transaction, not the buyer and seller, but like let's say a couple buys a house and you can get a review from each one of them. So it's a two for one, if you will. Okay, cool. Now, finding your review link might be a little tricky. So let me walk you through that really quick. Okay, so I'm in here in my Google Business profile, and we're gonna tap on the reviews right here, and there's a little share button right here that says get more reviews. Boom. There's a link right there to your Google Business Profile reviews. Now, that's the first way to do it. You can copy that link. What I like to do, in fact, I have a process on my phone where it's 3 letters. I can put in RVW in my phone. It's automatically going to paste that link in as a text message because I think text message is probably the best way to ask for a Google review. Number one, it doesn't get lost in their sea of emails that they're getting. And number two, the response rate is, 98% or something like that. So I think, text message is definitely the way to go. So take that review link right there. We're going to copy it to your clipboard, copy it into a note, put it somewhere where you can go and get it on a regular basis, and paste it in. Make it super, super easy. When they click on that link, it's going to take them right to this location right here where they can go in and simply click a button and leave a review. It's that easy. I would encourage them if they can to add a photo to the review. Reviews with photos tend to help you out quite a bit. So add a review with a photo if they can. Sometimes it's just enough to just get the review out of them. Don't worry about it. Another way is to send them to your Google Maps link. Now, this way you might have better luck with your reviews, not getting filtered, or because sometimes they'll leave you a review and the review just doesn't show up. It drives me absolutely batty. So in this case, you can come down here and say share the link. This is the link to your Google Maps. And when they open it up, it's going to open up on their mobile device or wherever they happen to be opening it into Maps. But you're going to have to direct them to go to the reviews tab and say write a review. Okay. So might a couple more steps, but there's a higher likelihood that that review is actually going to show up and not get filtered out going forward. Okay. Now let's talk about responding to your reviews because just getting the review is good. You have to respond to reviews. Not only do people read reviews, they read review replies, and that includes anytime you get a negative review, especially if you get a negative review, you should go in and reply directly to that review. When I'm looking at reviews and I see somebody that has 4.8 stars, I'm like, uh-oh, who did they make angry? I go in and read that 1 star reply. If you can filter and say, hey, I only want to see the 1 star reviews. And how you reply to a 1 star review says a lot about who you are and your business and your character. So if you respond favorably and say like, hey, you know what, we own up to it. Hey, it's totally us, and we get it. We're super sorry. That goes a long ways. Number two, if they left you a fake review, if it was a fake review and it was just a 1 star review, but it wasn't from somebody that you actually did business with, you can go in and flag it, but respond to it first and say like, sorry, I don't have any record of you actually being a client. Because I'm telling you, not only do people read reviews, they read review replies. Google also loves it when you reply to your reviews. And here's what I like to do is take the opportunity in the review reply to help tell the rest of the story. So if somebody just gave you a regular old review, like, hey, if they just hit the 5 stars and said they were great and that was it because that's all they had time to do, you can go into the reply and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, thank you so much for the favorable review. Really appreciate it. I'm so glad I was able to get you 80,000 over asking on your home to help facilitate your move to another state, right? So you can use the review response to help tell the rest of the story. Okay. Now the review response also does another thing for you. It acknowledges that they left you a review. So it gives you an opportunity to go in and say, thank you. Hey, I saw your review, just wanted to say thank you. And that's another way to build that relationship right there. So another trick I've had for getting reviews, and don't tell Google you're doing this, but you can totally do it, is if you send somebody a card and say thank you, maybe have them scan a QR code that takes them to your review site, and maybe that card has like a $5 Starbucks card on it, which I don't even think is going to buy you a coffee at Starbucks anymore. Maybe I think it has to be a $10 Starbucks card now. But sometimes when you send something out like that, whether it's in a physical format or a digital format, they almost feel obligated. They're like, okay, yeah, well, you know what, they took the time out to send me a $10 Dutch Bros card or whatever. I guess I should finally go in and leave that review. So that's kind of a good way to kind of push them over the edge. So, uh, like I said, a lot of it has to do with timing. Pick the right timing. Pick the right medium. If they're an email person, cool. Send them an email. Ask them for a review over email. I prefer text message. I think text message is a way better way. It's a cleaner. It's faster. It's better response time. I think text message is definitely the way to go. Get your review link. Make sure you have that review link handy at all times. I'm going to put a link to the other video on how I created a shortcut on my iPhone just for my review link. So anytime I want to send that review link, I just put in RVW, boom, and it automatically puts my review link in there for me. So I hope all of this was helpful. If you have any questions about reviews or about Google Business or about anything that we've talked about in any of these videos, feel free to drop them in the comments below or hit me up on chat. And if you got any value from this, can you do me a favor? Can you hit the review link that's in the comments in this video down below or in the description? Go leave me a review. Go leave me a Google review. I would really, really appreciate it. You have no idea how much I rely on these Google reviews. But thanks again for joining me, and I hope to see you again in another video. All right, bye.